Imagine you're in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean. It's a place of crushing pressure and eternal night, miles below the surface. In this silent world, scientists deployed a network of ultra-sensitive hydrophones, microphones designed to listen to the whispers of the deep, whale songs, seismic shifts, the subtle hum of the earth itself. For months, the data was predictable. But then, one day, something completely unexpected broke the silence. It was a faint, rhythmic tapping. At first, the researchers dismissed it as a glitch, maybe an anomaly from a distant underwater volcano or even military sonar. But the pattern was too regular, too deliberate. It wasn't random noise. It was a signal. An analyst, a history enthusiast with a background in naval communications, was the first to recognize it. 3 short taps, 3 long taps, 3 short taps. A pattern that sent a shiver down his spine. ... It was Morse code, the universal signal for distress, SOS. This was impossible. Who could be sending an SOS from that depth? The pressure is over 1,000 times that at the surface, enough to instantly crush any modern submarine, let alone a human. They triple-checked the equipment. It was functioning perfectly. The signal was real. The team's excitement turned to bewilderment. They had a ghost in the machine, a phantom signal crying for help from the abyss. The first clue came when they triangulated the signal's origin. They cross-referenced the coordinates with maritime historical archives, databases of lost ships and naval disasters. The result was staggering. The signal was emanating from the exact location where a passenger liner, the SS*, Radiant Star*, had vanished without a trace back in 1912. The Radiant Star* was a marvel of its time, a luxurious vessel on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York. It sailed into a dense fog in the North Atlantic and was never seen again. No wreckage, no lifeboats, no survivors. It just disappeared. It became one of the great maritime mysteries, a ghost ship whispered about by sailors for over a century. And now, a desperate call was echoing from its watery grave. The team was split. Some believed it had to be a natural phenomenon that coincidentally mimicked Morse code. They theorized it could be a unique geological process, a previously unknown species of whale, or even a highly improbable reflection of a surface signal. The idea of a century-old distress call was simply too fantastic to entertain. But the signal was too clean, too precise. It repeated at regular intervals, just as a desperate radio operator would, hoping for a response. To solve the puzzle, they brought in a team of acoustic metallurgists, experts who study the sounds metals make under different conditions. They analyzed the specific frequency and timbre of the tapping sound. What they discovered was chilling. The acoustic signature was not from a modern alloy. It perfectly matched the resonant frequencies of the specific steel and iron alloys used in shipbuilding in the early 20th century. The sound was consistent with old, cold metal contracting and expanding under immense pressure. It was the sound of a ship's hull groaning. But how could a groaning hull produce a perfect SOS? The leading theory became even more unsettling. The Radiant Star* was known to have a state-of-the-art Marconi wireless room. The hypothesis was that as the shipwreck settled and shifted on the seabed, some part of its structure, perhaps a collapsed mast or a piece of loose decking, was periodically striking the telegraph equipment. Over time, the immense pressure and slow decay of the ship could have created a mechanism where the hull's natural contraction cycles were, causing this piece of debris to tap against the telegraph key. Trapped in a macabre century-long performance, it was a ghost in the truest sense, not a spirit, but a physical echo of a final, desperate act, preserved by the deep ocean. The ship itself was crying for help. The team listened, captivated and haunted, as the signal continued its lonely broadcast. Day after day, the rhythmic sounds pulsed through their headphones. It was a direct link to a tragedy from 100 years ago, a message in a bottle from the deep. It felt like they were intruding on a private moment, the final words of a ship and its lost souls. The regularity of the signal was hypnotic, a slow, steady heartbeat from the abyss. Then, something changed. The tempo of the tapping began to increase. The steady, patient SOS started to become faster, more frantic. The short taps became quicker, the pauses between them shrinking. The long taps were held for just a fraction less time. It was as if the slow, mechanical process was speeding up. The sound became more urgent, more insistent. The calm, rhythmic plea for help transformed into a rapid, panicked drumming. Dash 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 dot dot dot. Over and over, faster and faster. It sounded like pure desperation. It was as if the ship knew its time was running out, that this was its last chance to be heard. The scientists listening in the lab felt a palpable sense of anxiety. The sound was no longer just data. It was an emotion. It was fear, broadcasts across a century. And then, as suddenly as it had begun to quicken, it stopped. One final, clear SOS. Echoed, and then silence. Complete and total silence. The hydrophones went back to recording the familiar, ambient hum of the deep ocean. The team waited. Minutes turned into hours. Hours into days. They recalibrated the sensors, ran diagnostics, and scanned every frequency. Nothing. The signal from the SS** Radiant Star* was gone. It had broadcast its final message. The century-long echo had faded, and the ship was silent once more. To this day, the signal has never returned. The recording remains one of the most mysterious and unsettling pieces of acoustic data ever captured from the deep sea. Was it a freak natural occurrence? A one-in-a-billion coincidence of geology and physics? Or was it something more? A final, desperate message from the Radiant Star*, its structure finally giving way under the immense pressure, sending out one last, frantic call before collapsing into final silence. We may never know for sure, but somewhere in the crushing darkness, the story of the Radiant Star*, and its lonely, century-long SOS serves as a chilling reminder that the deep ocean still holds secrets we can barely begin to comprehend. What do you think happened? Was it a natural phenomenon, or the ghost of the ship itself? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries from the deep.